Hey, Grant Cardone here. Hope you're doing well. And I just want to tell you, no matter where you are today in your life, I promise you, no matter how hard it is, how difficult it is, how tough your life seems to be right now, you can go anywhere you want in life, anywhere, okay? And I know when it's tough, when it's crazy, when you don't have any money, when maybe you have health problems or family problems or partner problems, or you're not finding that right person in your life, it all seems like, when's it gonna break? Is it gonna break? Is there a way out? Am I gonna get a better job ever? You know, look, I've been in all these situations. I lost my first 5 jobs I was fired from. I'm here in Miami today. This is where I live. I live in this building right here. And I'm in beautiful Miami. It's January, it's cold in most of the country. I grew up in a little town in Lake Charles, Louisiana, where it's freezing today. There's ice on the road. It's raining. I grew up in a little small town, and I always had ideas that I would be somebody. First 25 years of my life, it wasn't looking like that because I was getting worse, not better. I never dreamed of living in Miami. I didn't even know where Miami was. I didn't think I'd live in a condo on the 33rd floor with views 360 degrees wrapped around building. I didn't even think of that stuff. Or I didn't think one day I'd have a jet, fly, I'd be able to fly private, or I'd have 5 companies that make a bunch of money. I never ever thought about that stuff. And I couldn't think about it because, one, I didn't have any role models that had done that kind of stuff. And number 2, the environment that I lived in, I was losing in. I was not doing well. I was using drugs. I had terrible friends. I had terrible advice. My dad had died, so I didn't have anybody to kind of mentor me and show me the way. Look, I don't even know if I'd listened to him if he was alive. And my life kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I had this little thing inside me said, hey man, I know I can do something. I know I can. So look, if you have that little voice inside of you, so many people spend time and put attention on the negative voices. And they ignore the fact that all of us also have another voice in us that says, hey, you know you can do something. You know you can do more than you're doing right now. The problem is you can't figure out how to do more. That's all right. You don't need to figure out how to do more right now. You need examples of people that have done more, people that have made it, that have broke out. I'm doing this conference here in February in Las Vegas. Every speaker at this conference, there's 20 of them speaking there, every one of them came from either humble beginnings or less than that. Every single speaker. These are superstar entrepreneurs. All of them have made it. Every one of them. From different races, different religions, men, women, young, old, in different industries. And all of them have one thing in common, 2 things in common. 1, very humble beginnings. And number 2, they all made it. And by the way, a 3rd thing. Every one of them will say, they had this little voice inside of them that said, I can do something. I can do something big. Look, if you have that little voice, and I bet you do, you want to live on the beach in Miami? You can, okay? I don't care where you live today. You live in Nigeria. You live in Mexico. You live in poverty. You live in some urban city, you got a drug problem. Whatever your problem is, you can get out of that problem, I'm telling you. But you have to keep, without this being a lecture, you have to keep your attention on the glimmer. It's getting a little windy out here now. Keep your attention on the glimmer. This building that I live in today, the top floor is $35 million. The second floor is $25 million. And every other unit in the building is $10 million. I'm the poor guy in the building. Now to get there, if you want to get there, you got to keep giving attention to the little voice. that you can do more. Second thing I would suggest you do, that I did, was I started studying people that did more. Not people that didn't do more, not people that said do less, not people that said, hey, don't be satisfied or be satisfied, not people that said, hey, be grateful for what you have. I started studying people that said and had done more, that you can do more. That's who I listen to today. I listen to the people, my friends in my life, the people I listen to, the people I talk to, the people that I follow on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. I don't follow everybody. I follow the people that say, you can do more, dude. I follow the people that say, I am doing more. I follow the people that are actually doing something on this planet to make a difference for the better. You have to be selective. You have to give something up, okay? You cannot listen to everybody, to every voice, to every person that's quit or given up. You got to make a decision. If you have that little voice inside of you that says you can do more, you have to give attention to that voice, and you got to feed it with those that support that idea that you can do more. 25 years old, drug problem, broke, literally had more debt than I had money, had no money, so that was easy. Didn't have any direction, no guidance, no mentors, no connections, really no clue. I just had that one little thing was going on for me. You can do more, man. It haunted me constantly. So if you have that little thing, okay, and I know you do, listen to it right now. Listen, just listen. Does it say, hey, you could do a little more? My friend Lewis House says he had that voice. Damon John says, I had that voice. Ed Milet says, I had that voice. Okay, Tim Story, Grant, I have that voice. I had it, I have it now. I can do more. I know you can do more. Elena, my wife, she's always had that voice in her. She wanted to be a star in Hollywood, right? So we all have dreams. You have dreams. And with those dreams come barriers, obstacles, difficulties, setbacks. That's gonna come. And if you could keep surrounding yourself with people that say, hey, the barriers are gonna win, the obstacles are gonna win, nobody really ever makes it, you know, it's all bullshit, you don't need all that, just be grateful for what you have, settle for what you have, take whatever you got, then you're gonna quit and you're gonna give up, okay? I don't want you to give up. You might be the next superstar of this universe. You might be the next great example for other people what they can do. Hopefully I'm an example for other people. Maybe you're running into my channel for the first time. Maybe you've never ever seen me. Say, who is this dude? Who is this dude telling me I can do anything? Google me when this is over. If you first time you've run into my channel, there's about 4,000 of these videos sitting up on YouTube teaching you everything you need to know about business, startups, sales, customers, customer acquisition, social media, internet marketing, real estate, do a bunch of stuff in real estate. I didn't own my first house until I was 31, 32 years old, 33. Today I own almost $700 million worth of real estate. I grew up in a house that was 1,400 square feet. 5 people lived in it, plus my mom and dad, 7 people. We never imagined I could do what I did. So, you got the voice? Is it in your head saying, I can do more? If you have that voice, okay, just surround that voice with other voices that are saying you can do more, and then start, what? Doing more. Hanging around people that are doing more, spending time with people that are doing more, reading books about people that are doing more, listen to audio programs from people that are doing more and have made it. If you want to learn real estate, study people that are doing real estate, not just people that are talking about real estate. If you want to be a great public speaker, you can't just talk to people that are practicing public speaking. You need to go work with people that are actually getting paid to do public speaking, if that's what you want to do. You want to write a book? Good. But you need to meet people that have actually sold some books, right? You need to hang out with those people. What are you doing? Because a book that is written and never sold is a book that, well, hey, was it ever even written? I mean, really. You know the old thing about the tree falling in the forest? Nobody's there to hear it. Did it fall? Did it make a noise? Hey, I don't know. I just know this. You can do more. That voice in your head, if you're the only one that hears it, is it real? You got to make it. You got to give it a life, okay? You got to give it a life. You got to hang with the right people, get mentored by the right people, study the right people, stay on the course, stay on the path, no matter how bad it is today. Drug problem, relationship problems, all the above, okay? Just fired from a job. Hey, I was fired from a job last year, my 6th job I lost last year. It's all good. It's all good. You're not going to remember the failures. If you can get successful enough, you will only look back and say, hey, I made it. I want to help you. I want to help you. I want to be your guy this year that gets you to where you want to be. Don't give up. Don't quit. Hang in there. Study the right people. Okay? Hope this finds you well. If it doesn't find you well, understand this is part of your curve. This is part of your learning process. Let's get out. Let's get great. Go live where you want. Be who you are. Be who you really are. And make those dreams a reality.